someone told us that did Joe Ross turn his back on Davey?
Yeah, I watched the video. It doesn't look as bad as
he was
some
pissed.
people describe.
He was just pissed.
He didn't look at Davey. But that happens sometimes where manager comes out and there's no real exchange. You just hand him the ball and walk off Rick.
He threw 3 pitches. He got someone out, and then they brought the Smith kid in. Dominic Smith pinch hit for the pitcher for the Mets, who's a lefty. That's when they brought Grace in.
And those guys did their job. Ross got his out, and Grace got his 2 outs, and they got out of an inning.
Got through the 7th.
The problem was the 8th when Bear Claw allows 2 runners to get in scoring position. Maybe one was a bad defensive play, and then Doolittle gives up the blown save.
Correct. Well, the first batter he faced, didn't he hit him?
Yes.
Was that Gomez? Carlos Gomez?
Might have been his first pitch, even.
Yeah.
I can't remember every detail of it, but it might have been the first pitch. Yeah. It was just a shame. It's one of those games, too. Eaton hit the bomb in the first inning, so we were leading the whole game. That's what made it even more painful.
All right, let's go back to the phones. Open line Thursday, 800-636-1067.
Let's go to Quinn in Reston. Quinn, what's up, buddy? You're on with the Junkies.
Hey, guys. Just a quick point. I heard your point about the Brewers and the person who sent in that article about the Brewers. I was listening to an interview with Christian Yelich a few days ago. I think it was on Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
And he was saying that the way that their bullpen and their pitching is constructed, basically if they have even just a 1 or 2 run lead by the 6th, they know in the dugout that they're going to win the game. And if you look at their record, almost every time they have a lead going into late in the game, they know basically that they're going to win, and they're pretty automatic. So just wanted to mention that.
The Royals were like that years ago, right? They were famous for that.
Yeah, I remember a couple years ago, because I was an Orioles fan, and the Orioles faced them in the playoffs.
And I know the Nats felt like they had that last year.
It was a shutdown. When they got to the 7th inning, they had 3 guys. They had a 7th inning guy, an 8th inning guy, and then their closer. And it was
the Nats thought they had that with Kinsler, Matz, and Doolittle, right?
Well, and they did in the beginning of that era, and then, that kind of fell apart, obviously. But, the year that the Cubs won their World Series, they had, a bullpen where they could go 6, 7, 8, and then by the 9th they would hit the Chapman. Traded at the deadline, but it was just automatic. You knew basically that it was a lock once you had a decent lead. So just wanted to let that point across.
Well,
Thanks,
thank
guys.
you, Quinn.
I think they thought they had their 8th inning guy. They were banking, obviously, but by the amount of money they gave Rosenthal, and that just blew up in their face, right? It's a huge swing and miss. They probably thought they could use a bear claw in the 7th inning, but it's not working.
Yeah, and I think they're hopeful on Rainey based on his stuff. But when we had Sampson on again, the former Marlins president, who's now an analyst, he said everybody throws 99.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Rainey's going to work out. It's, he had impressive stuff, but Jason pointed this out yesterday. A lot of it's about location. And if you can't locate,
location's big,
and you're throwing 99, it doesn't matter.
It's more important than speed and velocity.
They just never thought that after 25 games, Matt Grace has pitched in 25 games, his ERA is an 8. Bearclaw's pitched in 25 games, his ERA is at 5.5. Wander Suero's pitched in 21 games. His ERA is 6.2. Tony Sipp in 19 games, 5.4. They just couldn't imagine that all these guys this deep into it would be pitching this horribly.
I mentioned this yesterday.
They never have before.
Bearclaw's numbers are even worse because it's
inherited runners.
5-on-5. Yeah. Inherited runners, 7 out of 8 have scored when he's been in the game.
Yeah.
And he put 2 on for Doolittle yesterday. All right. I got to see that video of the fly ball that it turned into a double.
Yeah, that was weird because it was in the air long enough. Certainly, if a Michael Taylor is out there, that's an out.
Yes, and
certainly.
Kind of surprised they didn't make a defensive adjustment there and replace Soto.
Should they in the 8th inning? Would that be standard? It's easy to say.
I mean, it's happened before.
Typically when they make those late,
but it's a close game, and you don't want to take his bat out.
True, and I'm sure that's why he did it.
Right.
Turns out he probably should have. Right? It's easy to criticize him after.
What's he hitting now? Last I checked, he was right around 240.
Soto, 253.
He's up to 253. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's basically, you maybe hope that you have a few more homers. He's basically
probably going to be in that 240 to 260 range.
I would think he'd go up a little bit. Let's go to Christian in Manassas. Christian, what's up, buddy? You're on with the Junkies.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I was just calling. At what point do we fire Davey Martinez? Because I think this is getting out of hand watching it blow up every single night. And why not get rid of him sooner and see if we can't right the ship?
Well,
let's just say
you fired him. And the same situation happens tomorrow with Buck Showalter. He'd probably do the same thing. Bring Doolittle in, like when he did. I mean, I don't know. Like, what problem do you have with the moves he made?
Confidence into the team.
What?
Do you think firing him will inject confidence in the team? Like, hey, maybe a change can fix this, and we can start winning some games?
I don't know. Maybe a lot of those guys would disagree with that move. Maybe they like Davey so much they say, well, we don't want the manager fired. It's on us.
I mean, point to instances where they've made midseason managerial changes and teams have gone, completely turned it around. But I think it is fairly rare. Right?
Yes.
Yep, I agree with that.
But I do think that it's getting to the point where it's so bad you have to make a change just for the sake of change. So
put it this way. If they lose today, they play at 12 today. They lose today, Strasburg on the mound. They get swept in New York. Then you got to come play the Marlins, who've won 5 straight, but they're the worst team in the National League. If you lose to the Marlins, you lose that series, you lose 3 out of 4 over the weekend. I mean, just to appease the fans. To show them something.
We just need a new look. We need some fresh eyeballs. We need a fresh face and maybe a different perspective in here. Maybe that'll help things.
Now, maybe they win today, and they win 3 out of 4 against Miami, which they should, and it's a totally different story next week. But we'll see. Based on how they're playing, you wouldn't expect that.
And what we don't know is Rizzo talked about this with us yesterday. They'll have meetings after games. They'll look at film. They'll look back at a game. What we don't know is whether Rizzo is agreeing with all of these Davey Martinez decisions. He might be thinking, why is he taking out Joe Ross after 3 pitches? He might be thinking, why is he going to Bear Claw 2 days in a row? Why didn't he go with one of the other guys in the bullpen? I don't know.
Bear Claw, I'm telling you, is one of their better options. Bad as they are.
You'd rather have Bear Claw and Doolittle in there than anybody else.
Probably.
Not after last night, but based on the numbers.
And they took out Ross because they brought up the lefty.
Correct.
Yeah.
Understood.
And by the way, a ton of managers would do the same thing.
Yeah. I thought they were pretty standard moves. It just blew up in their face.